Well, in business this morning, vehicle owners and commercial drivers will now be paying half the initial increase in their third-party motor insurance premiums over the next 2 years. That's 150% from January next year and same from January 2017. For now, policyholders will be paying 3 times more and not 6 times when the premium increase takes effect from Wednesday, July 1. Now, the reduction in the increase by half was the ultimate decision of the stakeholder consultations last Friday, exclusively available to Joy Business. Stakeholders, including the Insurance Association, have declined comment for now. But earlier, a member of the insurance team negotiating with government, Kobna Addison, spoke to Joy Business on the rationale behind the consultations.
It's important to note that the powers that be spoke to the regulator, and the regulator, doing what is most prudent, asked us to suspend it. I think we should be mindful of the fact that we are in a political economy and we cannot do things in isolation. And that's what we appreciate, and that's why we are here. It's important to note, like I've been telling everyone, that insurance is a science, and we need to gather data over a period of time to come up with a rate. So this whole issue being thrown around that every year we should increase it, every year we should increase it, will be unfair on you, because there may be years that the risk profiles would have improved, yet we'll be increasing it. And there may be years that the risk profiles would have deteriorated. That is when, if we gather it over a period of time and we think that this deterioration of the risk profile warrants an increase in premium, then we'll do it. And that is what we are doing now.
The Special Task Force charged to conduct feasibility studies into the establishment of the Ghana Export-Import Bank, that's Exim Bank, is hopeful its recommendations should ultimately bridge the gap between the country's level of imports and exports. According to the chairman of the task force, Steve Williams, the team has done extensive work across various economies to halt the trade imbalance, which is largely blamed for the perennial depreciation of the cedi, among other economic challenges.
Chairman Steve Williams said this when the task force presented its report to President Mahama after 3 months of work.
We have deliberated extensively, looked at Exims in both emerging and the OECD economies, and we have come up with a paper that we believe should stand the test of time in this country. We believe that the recommendations of the committee, when implemented, will go a long way to solving some of the structural issues that we face.
The Exim Bank would be the principal financing institution for mainly exports, but also supports the importation of capital goods such as raw agricultural produce and timber that can be used to manufacture other goods. President Mahama, who commissioned the task force in February, said the Exim Bank would be critical in the agenda to transform the economy into an export-led one.
We're currently undergoing a first review of our IMF program, and trade imbalance has been flagged once again as one of the major flaws in Ghana's economic progress. The recent commodity price volatility has shown that the nation does not yet have enough buffers, despite additional forex revenues from crude oil. The Ghana Exim Bank will be an independent institution capable of accessing funds within and outside Ghana, using the strength of its balance sheet.
The former deputy governor of the Bank of Ghana, Van Ledo, chaired the task force, which was to, among other goals, identify practices of similar banks in other countries and seek potential sources of funding for it. He, however, passed on just a month into the activities. A minute silence was therefore observed in his memory.
Well, that'll be it for the business segment, but don't go away. We have a lot more news coming up shortly.